Hi. Thank you very much for joining us for our broadcast using this means. This afternoon, I'll be introducing to you a very special guest. He has journeyed from all the way overseas, right here in Jamaica, to be with us at our 2017 Education Conference. It is our pleasure to present him to you. He is the General Secretary of Education International, Fred Van Leeuwen. Good afternoon to you and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Jamaica Teachers Association and our conference once again. How would you say that your presentation, how would you describe your own presentation and the reception you got from the participants of the conference?
Well, I think it was a great reception. I think that the theme of the conference, connecting the dots,
Yes.
is an excellent theme. And what I've tried to do is connecting the international dots. And I could, see that the audience recognized certain developments that are international, but that are also very relevant for Jamaica. I think it was well received, yeah.
Okay. A part of your presentation, you looked at the need for teachers in Jamaica to regain full control of our profession, and not just in Jamaica, generally across the globe. But let's speak specifically to the persons who are here in Jamaica. Why do we need to regain control? Have we lost it?
Yes, I think we have lost it. I'm afraid we have lost it, not only in Jamaica, but in many other countries as
how
well.
so?
Well, first of all, I think if you look at the influx of unqualified teachers everywhere, that shows a weakening of the profession. If you look at the growing number of teachers that work on a part-time basis, or that work on temporary contracts, I think we are about to lose the profession. And what is very important to understand is that a profession is a group of people that determine the standards of that profession. And that's no longer the case in the teaching profession. So you could actually argue, and some do already, that teaching is no longer a profession, because it's other people that determine the standards of teaching. So that's why I'm saying we must reclaim this profession.
Where do we start?
Well, we start with teachers training. I think that we need to be aware of the fact that the most important part of our school systems is teaching, the teacher training, the teacher education units, and we need to improve there. For example, I believe that a teacher should have a master degree, and that's not yet the case in most countries of the world. So that's where we need to begin. You know, it's a bit it's the chicken and the egg, because you cannot simply say, well, we do away with all the unqualified teachers, because then you don't have enough teachers. So I recognize the problem, but I believe that the teachers, the members of this, what I still call profession, must make every possible effort to reclaim it.
And part of that should be through training.
Through training, and I think that the teachers' associations and education unions have the most important role to play in this endeavor. I do believe that they have a very important responsibility to help their members get again full control over their own trade.
Yes. Finally, just taking a nip into your presentation, the other thing that you spoke about was the fact that as associations and teachers organizations, we tend to outsource, meaning that we include a lot of partners into the business called education, and we seem to be having some of them negative impacts on the product of education. How do we resolve all this kind of situation?
Well, it's very simple. Governments must take their responsibility. They're responsible for the national school systems. That means that in relation to what I said before, they need to help teachers strengthen their profession. That is one. Two, they need to make adequate resources available for the school system to function properly and effectively. And I think that's very important, because where governments don't do this, where school systems weaken, you do see private enterprises to try to compensate for these weaknesses. And I think that is wrong. I understand why those companies are doing this, but I strongly believe that it is the responsibility of the democratically elected politicians to run our school systems, because education is both an individual and a collective right. It's the right of our societies to decide what the purpose of education is. So you should not outsource that to the private sector, but they can be very valuable partners.
Wonderful.
They have been partners of teachers since the invention of the printing press in 1450. They've been printing our books, they've been building our schools, they have helped developing software. So it's not that we are against private sector. We need them to help us ensure a quality education
yes.
for all children.
Yes.
Because if you leave it to the private sector, if they're going to run schools, they want to make money. And education is not a commodity and should never be a sales product.
Okay, very well. I want to thank you very much for giving us another insight into your presentation, and we thank you once again for addressing the 2017 conference of the Jamaica Teachers Association. All the best to you on your way back to the USA.
It was a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.